What is going on, you guys? James Livingston here, back again, going over the stock market here every day this week like we've been doing. Today, we're going to start it off with SPY, QQQ, IWM. Probably keep it to just those ones right now. Got a little special guest here, my kiddo Jasper. Just woke up, so he wants to hang out with Daddy and do the video with him. So, looking out here on SPY on the daily, we finally got that rejection candle that we've been looking for. Around this area. Kind of anticipated that, again, once we filled this gap from prior, we would see some sort of a rejection. That's just typically how it goes. Now, if we're looking at it on the daily time frame like we are, let me get rid of some of these drawings just to show. You can see we swept the highs just like we did yesterday, or the prior day, I should say. And then yesterday, Thursday, we swept the highs again and then pushed it all the way down. Just a full bearish engulfing candle. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to go, way back down or anything. I mean, at the end of the day, we've had these bearish candles before, and SPY has bounced right back up. As you can see over here, i.e. example, big green, big red, and then we ended up making new all-time highs right there. So it's still very, very possible for us to keep on moving up. If we look at, again, I'm just going to put this gap here just so we can see that we filled that gap, we pushed back down, rejected. And now you can actually see in pre-market that we are at 559.37, so we're already right back up to just about that $560 level. So you can see the buyers are very aggressive, still very strong on this one. If we go in on the 30-minute time frame just to see about levels and just what we're looking at here, you can see that we did push back up, gapped up last night, so we do have an overnight gap here. We could potentially, fill to the downside if it really wants to keep going. Also, another side note is if we look here at the Fibonacci, right now we are actually in that golden zone this morning at the 50 to 60%. So, hey, stop. No, don't do that. You gotta leave it alone. So we are in the golden zone right now for the sellers to take over. Just a matter if they take the opportunity or not to push it down. And continue the hopeful downtrend. Oh. Knucklehead, get up here. But overall, as far as levels here on SPY, we're just going to keep it short and sweet. We have this intraday kind of high right here at about 560. 560 psychological level is going to act as our current resistance. If we break above that, though, I would anticipate us to make our way back up to yesterday's high, if not higher. As far as downside, again, with that gap up, we're going to be aiming for the top of the gap there to start pushing back down. So about 558, breakdown of that, we can most likely at least fill the gap back down to about 556, 557. If not, all the way back down to our 30-minute 200 EMA right there at about 555. So that's what I got on SPY. Overall, on the weekly time frame, we are setting up a rejection candle. So if we can get some push down here today, there is a good chance that we could possibly see that continuation to the downside. But we really need to turn this weekly candle red, and I think for that to happen, we do need to break down probably to that 30-minute 200 EMA right there. Touch the buttons, you knucklehead.
Already touched it.
Same thing here with QQQ. You can see, again, a fully bearish engulfing candle. But just like SPY, we're already pushing up in that pre-market session. Jasper, you're all up on me. Let's delete some of these drawings here. We didn't quite make it to that gap on QQQ. Not that big of a deal. It just seems that it's lagging behind SPY a little bit as far as the gaps go. Are you good? But yeah, overall bearish candle pushing back to the downside. We have a slight level over here, this kind of resistance that we're bouncing off currently at about 474, 474.40. Are you leaving me or are you just going over there? But if we go in on the 30-minute time frame here, we can see, again, very similar to SPY. We have this now gap down here from last night. So there is a chance that we can go for that.
I'm not comfy.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. upside wise, we're going to use that same upside level that we used for SPY there, which is essentially up here. I kind of want to use this upper wick from about 480.80, but I think honestly just that 480 break in general is what's going to move us. So I would say basically 480.40 would be nice to break to the upside, and again go for, you know, target those highs of yesterday. Downside again, if we break below the gap that we created last night. Oh my gosh, Jasper, you're leaning on my arm. There we go. 477.20. Break down that. We can probably push back down into the gap we just created last night, likely getting us to that 200 EMA there on the 30-minute, which should line up with 475.56, 475.60. So the R to R there isn't like amazing. You're probably going to get yourself like $1.50 swing. Or you could aim for those lows at the 473, 474 range. So that's SPY and QQQ. IWM here, going to go up into the daily time frame and see what's happening here. So again, something we were mentioning here on IWM was that golden zone from the top to the bottom, this pullback that we're having right now, we are basically at that golden zone for the sellers to push it back down. IWM is definitely looking a little bit more bearish than the other ones in terms of I think we can actually see the push down on that one. Get rid of some of these drawings. And again, I'll put this, buddy, I need you up here. Like I said, the golden zone right about here. I'm just going to put it there. We do need to see a breakdown of, it looks like about 212. 212 is going to have us at that 20 EMA on the daily. Would be a good spot to break down and possibly push on 209, 209 level, 210. If we go in on the 30-minute time frame, you can see we're just kind of chopping around right now. No real direction, just trying to find, you know, price discovery. As of right now, we do have very similar levels to SPY and QQQ. For the upside, you have these top wicks here at about 215. 215 has been a pretty crucial level for IWM. Break above that can give us that test of 216.30. 216.30 is still that level on IWM that's been kind of it's the top of the gap, and you can see that we tried to break it first thing in the morning and got completely rejected yesterday. But if we do break 215, I expect us to retest 216.30, and honestly, if we get back up there again, I'm really aiming towards we can probably break through it. As far as downside, again, we have the gap that we just created last night, 214.40-ish, 214.35. If we could break that, I think there's a very good chance we push back to the downside. Aiming for 214 flat, but also could probably see as far low as about 213 to 213.50. So just keeping it nice and simple here. It is Friday, so if you guys aren't used to trading on Fridays, you know, Friday is typically not a great day for me personally, so I try not to trade at all. Just because the market makers tend to do some nice premium burn, you know, choppy price action. But we'll see what the market gives us today. But either which way, guys, if you did enjoy this video, and it's a little shorter than my usual one, but please do give it a like. You can also comment down below, let me know what you guys think, what your opinion is on the ones I went over. And then, of course, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Got any final words, Jasper? You say hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys have a good Friday of trading, and I will catch you guys in the Discord. I'll catch you guys on Sunday night for our weekly preparation next week, and then YouTube, I will see you guys on Monday. So have a good rest of your day, have a good weekend, and catch you later. Peace.
Peace.